Hey team, welcome to our Wednesday night call. Today is a Wednesday, February 1st. God, we're already a month into the new year. That's just insane to me. I was like on the phone with my corporate guy. I'm like, yeah, last year. I was like, that's only 30 days away. That's like insane to me. Tonight we have a guest speaker, Lauren Wandell. I probably botched her last name because I'm really good at doing, we know this, guys. I'm not good at doing names. Like, it's just not my forte. But before I pass it off to her, a couple of quick announcements. I've had lots of people eagerly saying, who's the winner of the competition from last month? Give me a couple days. I have to wait for the Coach Online office to get completely in sync with the end of the month, but I will announce it. I promise. I haven't forgotten about you. A couple people have also messaged me freaking out about their Success Club points not showing up from yesterday. Usually the last day of the month, it takes a bit to roll over. The system just needs a little bit of time, so don't freak. Give it until at least Monday, and if nothing's popped up on Monday, then I will show you on how to contact Coach Relations. Tonight, they extended it. If you did not get on a team cup, they extended it to tonight. I'm pretty sure our team is tapped out, but there's like a matchmaker thing. I don't know. But you can just, yeah, Lauren's like, yep. So you can just join a random team. It's on the Team Cup site. Go check it out. Make sure you guys get on the Team Cup. It's fun. It's competitive. You earn prizes. There's a whole bunch of stats that I don't have the information for, but more people rank up, more people earn volume, more people add coaches, hit Success Club. So make sure you're on a Team Cup and your Team Cup is being active. My girls and I are in a chat. They're going to learn to hate me by the end of the month because I'm going to be bugging them every single day. But that's how you have an effective Team Cup. So make sure you guys are paying attention to that. And then lastly, guys, this is the last month for BOD Unlimited Challenge Pack. For you yourself, make sure you've upgraded to the BOD Unlimited. Guys, it's worth it. You don't have to buy another program this year. Every program's on there. Like, just make sure you're talking about it in a non-salesy way. Post about it. Let your people know. Follow up, follow up, follow up. You did your Anna. You slowpoke McGee, Anna. Just kidding. So make sure that you guys are talking about that and getting that all settled in, ready to go. And also, I promise this is the last time, I posted a calendar in the wee hours, late night, so I don't know if a lot of you guys saw it, and I kind of broke it down. So I made it a goal for you guys to hit Success Club 15, and before you're like, Ashley, that is insane, it's 5 BOD Unlimiteds. That's, y'all can do this. 5 BOD Unlimiteds because you get 3 points per. But I broke it down by day. So the 5th, Success Club 3. By the 10th, Success Club 6, because that's a lot easier to break it down. So take a look at that calendar. Save it on your phone. Save it wherever you need to be. That way you can access it. But I don't want to take up too much time. So tonight we have guest speaker Lauren. Is it Wandell? Wandell. I don't pronounce last names. And then I get mad at people when they can't pronounce mine. I'm like, I don't even know why I get mad at people because I can't even pronounce people's names. It's a really bad thing. Lauren is a 2-star diamond coach. Are we in the same region or were we in a group?
I think so. I don't know. I'm in Michigan. They got all jumbled around. I don't know what region I'm in.
They like to move us. We're in a group together. We're going to go with it. But we've been chatting back and forth. She's a 2-star. She's a mom of 2 kids, a wife, and a chef. And with all that, she's still rocking the business. She had over 400 Success Club points last year, which is amazing. She's a Success Club 10 All-Star in 16 months in Success Club 5. And she told me she had a video with over 20 million views. I don't know how I sign up for that, but I want to find out how. But she is talking tonight about Success Club, which sometimes it's good to hear from other people besides me. So I'm just going to hand it on over to you, Lauren. And if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat box for her.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, I know my team does, they're so sick of hearing from me about this. I talk about Success Club and they all like turn their volume down. I feel like they all have hearing aids and they're like, off. They don't want to hear it anymore. So,
we had a speaker a couple weeks ago, and they're like, that's an amazing idea. I'm like, I've been telling you guys that for months now, but okay, sure.
It's like your mom, right? You don't listen to them because you're like, whatever, I've heard it a million times. So I want to challenge you to turn your hearing aids back on. I know you're not all that old, so like calm down, turn them back on, pay attention. Like I'm going to give you a different perspective on Success Club because for me, honestly, it's been what has driven my business. I cannot tell you how valuable it's been. it's completely my bread and butter. It's what I live and breathe. It's become my fifth vital behavior, honestly. And I feel like I don't actually talk to my team about it enough, because I look at them and I'm like, why haven't you gotten this yet? I don't understand. Come on, it's so worth it. Like, you have no idea the amount of cool stuff that you get to do when you're hitting Success Club. Not only are you making money, but there's so many other cool perks. So I'm going to back it up a little bit. One of the things that she talked about was that, yes, I've had 16 months, I think it was, of Success Club 5, and I will be a Success Club 10 legend in September. And I say that, and I'm very confident about that, because there's no doubt in my mind that I will be hitting Success Club 10 every single month until the end of time. So I look at September as a short-term goal, okay? Because for me, I'm like, I can get there. There's no doubt it's going to happen. So first of all, confidence. Right? Yeah, I'm confident, not cocky. That's what my mom tells me. So I'm gonna go with it. Couple things too. I talk pretty fast, so if you need me to slow down, let me know. And I also tend to curse. So sorry, that's just me. All right. So a couple things that I want to talk about. One of the mantras that my team is, I tried to adopt something last year. It didn't really work. But this year, my mantra for 2017 is, I'm only going to control what I can control. Because now being in a leadership role, and for those of you who are in leadership roles, your diamond, above or whatever, you're starting to lead your team, you understand how frustrating it can be. Again, it's kind of like that mom thing where you're like, why don't they get it? Or, you're always trying to control everybody else's business before your own, right? You're always trying to figure out what else you can do to help them grow. And you forget about yourself. And I think this is also my mom brain coming into, where I'm always like, okay, what can I do for you? What can I do for you? And then I forget to eat lunch and wash my hair and do everything for myself, right? Yep, that happens. So I think we really need to get back to that. We can only control what we can control. And believe it or not, and you're looking at Success Club, it's not something I can control all the time. Yes, it is. It really is. It breaks down to people. Right? So what can't you control? You cannot control what people are going to say to you, right? You cannot control whether they're going to say yes or no. You can't. What you can control is the amount of people you're talking to. So it's completely in your control. So if you're having a hard month, I get it. I've been there. You get people on the fence. They're right to the edge, and they're like, I'm going to do it. And then their car breaks down, or they blow a tire, or they tell you that they have to go to the hospital, or they don't respond to your message, right? It happens. I get it. It happens to me all the time. The first thing I like to kind of go over when I talk about these is excuses. So how many of you have ever made an excuse for why you haven't hit Success Club? Anybody? You all should have your hand raised, because, some of you might have done it from the very beginning, but I know I have. I was that coach that was like, I'm going to be awesome at this. I'm going to do this full force from the very minute I signed up, and then I did not sell a single thing for 6 months. And it was everybody else's fault except for mine. The very first time I hit Success Club, believe it or not, was a Teen Cup. Because I saw an ombre hoodie, and I was like, I am going to get that. That is my hoodie. But I also am very driven by prizes. Somebody could give me a $5 gift card, and I would go jump off a bridge. So for me, that was like a big enough motivator. I just totally lost my train of thought. Let's go back. Okay, so excuses. So the very first excuse I hear, right? I don't know anyone interested. Get this a lot. Right? I don't know anyone interested. So the first thing I tell my coaches when they say this is, I want you to go open your chat on Facebook Messenger, look at the top 10 people. How many of those people have you talked to? And a lot of times I get, one, or maybe 2, or these 5 people wouldn't be interested. Or, so you haven't, it's not that they're not interested. It's just that you haven't talked to them, or you have that fear, right? That you're afraid to start that conversation. So it's not that nobody's interested. It's that you have not taken that step to start that conversation. Second excuse I get a lot. I've talked to everybody I know. Again, just kind of combated this. And then this one's my favorite one. Shakeology or a challenge pack is way too expensive. There's no way I can sell that. No one's going to shell out $140, $130, or $160. Now it's what, $199? I think a lot of people had a little mini heart attack when they heard that that was going to be our new price point, right? They were like, there's no way in hell I can sell that for $200. You are out your damn mind. I know my team literally lost their shit a little bit. But I can tell you right now, people are selling it and they're going crazy. Every single one of you, or at least a majority of you, upgraded because you saw the value in that. Right? I have personally lost over 60 pounds with these programs, and I would have paid 7 times as much for my original challenge pack. It was worth every penny and more, and I would pay for it again over and over and over again, because the body that I'm in now is, I'm never going back. And I paid way more for a gym membership, right? So just because if you go into a conversation with that mindset of, I can't sell this because it's too expensive, that's how it's going to come across. lacrosse. So get that out of your head. All right. I always combat excuses first so that we can move on to like the fun stuff. The last one, and I don't know where this comes from, but I do not need Success Club to be successful, is the last one. Well, I don't need to do that. I can just sell base programs. Okay. All right, go for it. Like if you want to be that coach that's up there and you think you're going to start rank advancing because you're selling the crap out of 21-day fix base program, like do it the best you can. But I can tell you right now, it is so hard to maintain. It's so hard. You want to drive your business with people that are consistently bettering themselves with Shakeology or using the performance line to gain that muscle and do, whatever they want to do, right? Residual income. Yep. And I just saw that word too. Residual income. That's what you're trying to build here, right? You want to be able to go on a vacation and take a week off and sit on the beach and drink your mojito and still I'm a margarita girl, actually. Drink your margarita. We're changing that. Drink your margarita and kick your feet up, right? You want that residual income, and you want to know that people are continuing to get better in their fitness and in their health while you're on vacation, because they're still drinking their shake, they're still pushing play, they're still doing that consistent workout with those things that you set up for them. A challenge pack gives them that. And that's where Success Club points come from, okay? All right, let's talk about, I think the business sense piece of this too. Again, we go into this and people say all the time, I don't need Success Club to be successful. If you have good business sense, if you're going into this and you're like, I want to be a 5-star, 10-star, 15-star, I don't know, what is Lindsay Matway now? Like 5-time 15-star diamond coach. If you are shooting for the stars and you have good business sense, you're hitting Success Club every month. That needs to be your first priority. Because what you ever see those growth charts, when you Google that and you talk about growth in a business and you see those growth charts and that little red arrow is going up and up and up and up and up. That's what Success Club does for your business. It is consistent growth. When you hit it consistently, your business consistently grows. It's that residual income. It's that little arrow that goes up and up and up and up, and you're still hitting the same goal every month. I'm not asking you to hit Success Club 50. I'm not asking you to hit Success Club 75. I'm asking you for 5. And if you're really going for it, 10, okay? And I'm going to talk about 10 because that's always my minimum goal for a couple reasons. But 5, that's what we're asking for, guys, is 5. And the reason is because if you're doing that every month, number 1, you're making money. Number 2, you're helping those. Now it's only 2 people. It used to say 3. We used to say 3 people. We've just cut it in half for you, right? You got 1 less person you have to help every month, okay? You're welcome. Now you can do it with two of these all access passes, but 2 people a month. That's 2 people a month. That's it. We're asking for that because it's going to consistently grow your business, okay? Let's talk about rank too. This is the other thing, is coaches that are consistently hitting Success Club are usually a higher rank. Specifically because when you start hitting Success Club at higher ranks, you get better perks. When I found out that I could get paid leads through Beachbody, when I hit Success Club 10, I freaked out. I'm like, wait, you mean they're going to pay me to do this? I was going to do it anyway because I wanted that bobblehead, but like, you're going to actually pay me to do this. So if you don't know this, Beachbody, if you hit Success Club 10, I think you have to be diamond, and I'm not sure about this. That might be Coach Connect. I think it's actually Emerald. I lied. You get paid leads. So I've gotten anywhere from, I would say, $50 commissions to, I had one woman who ordered 20 bags of Shakeology one month, and I got a $500 commission from a free lead through Beachbody. And these were assigned to me randomly because I hit Success Club 10. So I'm making anywhere between an extra, I don't know, $200 to $500 a month just from these leads. That's not including my commission that I'm already getting from hitting Success Club. That's not including my cycle bonuses. That's just extra for hitting my goal. So if you guys aren't setting these goals for yourself, like, you're wasting a bonus. Like, that money is just there. You can be part of that pot. You every time the quarter comes around and you see your 2-star, 3, 5-star, 10-star diamond coaches put up that bonus, those are there for you to grab every single month, right? Those leads are there for you to grab, and they're attainable. Success Club 10 gets you in that pot every single month, every month. So make that your goal. Like, if you want it and you're like, I want it, I could use an extra $200 a month, that could pay your bills, then why is that not your goal? Run for it, right? Talking about some of the other perks too, prizes. Like I said, I told you I would jump off a bridge for a $5 gift card. So I see a bobblehead and I'm like, heck yeah, I want that. we get all of these awesome personal development things. When you grow your mind, you grow your business, right? We all get back to these vital behaviors when you're inviting and when you're being a proof the product works and you're doing personal development, you're doing all this recognition and you're hitting Success Club, you're always bettering your business. So looking for the prizes, if that motivates you, then great. If it's not what motivates you, the other perk is income. You still get paid. I think everybody looks at Success Club as such an icky thing sometimes. They're like, the only reason they want us to do this is because it helps out Beachbody. And why would I want to help out Beachbody? I've had coaches say that to me before. And I'm like, so the extra $130 a month doesn't help you? Just from base hitting Success Club? Like, you don't want to do that? Come on, girl. Like, what? I'm like, that pays for my trip to Chili's. And I get to drink 4 margaritas that night. Come on. No, I get to go out and like party on the town, right? Like, that's still money in your pocket, and you get a free bobblehead. I'm going to keep bringing that up because the bobbleheads, I'm just kidding. That was probably the one prize that I was like, really? But I have this tote behind me, guys, of just filled with stuff, Shakeology aprons, canisters, like stuff that I've now used for giveaways. The stuff that you earn, it's free. And you're like, but I have to work for it. Yeah, but it's free because you're still getting paid. It's just that addition. One of the great things about Beachbody is that they do not set base sales goals. How many of you guys have ever worked for another MLM company? Anybody? Yes? 1, 2? Okay. I actually started as a Pampered Chef consultant. That was because I'm a chef, right? I was like, I'm going to do food. Yes, sounded like a great idea. Hated it. But I started another MLM company, and you know what they made us do? They made us sell or buy $200 worth of stuff every 3 months, or they would cancel your account. We don't do that. We don't have those minimum sales goals. We don't have this like big, huge pressure system down on you to hit something or you're going to get canceled. The only thing they give you is an attainable goal of Success Club. And the reason they've set it at 5 is because it is attainable for everybody. No matter if you've been doing it as long as me or as long as Ashley, or if you're a brand new coach, or if you're a 15-star diamond who's been a coach for 8 years, it doesn't matter. This goal is attainable for everyone. And that's why they set it as a benchmark. Okay. So if you think you can't do it, you need to back up and change and kind of rewind a little bit, because it's attainable for you. It really is. Put your mind to it. If you think you're out of people, go find some more people. Go open your messenger, write down those 10 and go, okay, I've actually only talked to one of you and it was 2 years ago. So we're going to start that over. Okay. Another thing is when you start growing your team, everybody, again, it's really easy to say, I want to be diamond, I want to be 2-star, I want to be 5-star. You set those goals out, but are you ready to nut up or shut up? Like, are you ready to be there? Because you can't expect your coaches to come out and hit Success Club for you if you're not consistently hitting Success Club. How many of your challengers would be your challengers if you weren't showing up and doing your workout and drinking your shake and being that motivation for them every day? So how can you expect it to be any different with your team and your business? We talk about being proof the product works. That's not just for your fitness. That's for your business too. This is be proof that it works. Be proof that the business works by hitting Success Club and showing people how your financial growth has grown too, right? You can do that, but you cannot turn around, ask your coaches and say, I want you to hit Success Club. You need to push really hard for this. And then you're pulling 1 point a month or no points, or you're getting to 4 and giving up, right? You can't do that. You have to be that leader. You have to be that example. So if you are saying you want to be 5-star, act like it. Start leading with that. Lead by example, okay? Because I can tell you right now, as a leader, it gets really frustrating trying to push it on your team. You're like, but you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And sometimes it just doesn't click, and I get that. But again, going back to what you can control. You can't control your coaches. As much as I want to say that we can jump into your computer and answer your messages and reach out and do all those invites for you, we can't. But you can control that. You are not going to be able to control your coaches either, but you can control your own Success Club points, your own sales, your own business. So do it. It helps sign coaches. Everybody always wants to know, how do I get other coaches in my organization? Success Club, it helps, I swear. Do you know how much easier it is to sign somebody that's been successful in a challenge group, who's been successful with Shakeology, who's been successful in this community already, saying, hey, have you ever thought about doing this? Hey, have you ever thought about making or saving a little bit of money on this? Just because they sign up as a discount coach does not mean they won't coach. I was a discount coach. Like I said, remember we went back to that 6 months of not selling anything? I did the discount for 6 months. And then I jumped into this full force, right? So stop looking at it as a key thing. Like Success Club's going to help grow your team too. You know, that's the entire point, is you have at least 2, if not 3 people on Shakeology Home Direct after that end of that month. So those are 3 potential people that you could join your team and can grow and better their financial mission as well. That did not come out right, but you know what I mean. I wanted to tell you guys a story too, because this actually just happened to me last night. So again, when you get further into this business, then you start going for elite, right? So as soon as you hit that big goal of diamond that everybody wants to hit, you start going for elite and premier. And one of the categories for that is that your coaches need to hit Success Club, okay? Coaches in your downline. So one of the things that I started doing is my mother and my husband have accounts. And I'm going to put this out there. I average probably about 50 points a month. That's like my goal is always 40, and I usually surpass that. I hit Success Club 10 for myself. I hit 5 for my husband. I hit 5 for my mother every single month. Okay. Every month, non-negotiable. So last night, my mom, my husband is not so important anymore because he's not within that category of 2016, 2017 coaches. And I know that's a whole bunch of stuff, but he doesn't matter much anymore. My mom still counts toward my elite points. So last night she's sitting at 2 points, and I thought that I had secured it, and I didn't. And I'm sitting there looking at my back office going, crap, I need to get her to Success Club. I'm looking if I can move around my points. Sometimes, you know, you can transfer commission. Can't do it. Past the 14 days, can't do it anymore. I'm like, I'm stuck. And I was like, I'm making a choice right now. I can either push, figure out how to get the last 3 points, because what do we need? 1 all access pack, right? I can push and do this, or I can give up and just say, okay, I'll do it next month. So I worked my ass off last night. I stayed up. I went and put an invite up. I started probably 40 conversations. I put an invite up on Snapchat, which I never do. I went out of my way to work really hard for those last 3 points, and I hustled. And I mean hustled for those. And I did it. I actually sold one off Snapchat, believe it or not. But I did it at 12. It ended up being about 20 minutes before midnight. I sold an all access pack and hit Success Club for my mom. You can do it. And I think what starts to happen is we panic at the end of the month, and we put all of that time and effort and energy into it because we're like, crap, I have to hit it before the end of the month. Why are you waiting? Get it done and over with so you can do the fun stuff, right? Like 5 by the 5th, 10 by the 10th. The fact that she breaks that up for you and gives you goals like throughout the month to hit, I just wrote that down, and I'm doing that for my team because that's brilliant. I always go for that 5 by the 5th, 10 by the 10th. Stop waiting and scrambling at the end of the month. Go for it now. Act like the 5th is the end of the month for you. I get to the 5th, and if I'm not hitting it, I go like this. I call my husband, and I'm like, I am the worst coach ever. I am never hitting Success Club again. I only have 2 points, and my business is over, and I'm a failure. And he's like, Lauren, no, you're not. Calm down. And I'm like, I didn't do it. I didn't hit my goal. It is dire for me to hit it by that, because then I can spend the rest of my time focusing on my team and focusing on the other fun stuff that I get to do, like building a website and like all the nice shiny fun stuff that, you know, you see all the top coaches doing. That's when you get that downtime. But if you don't take care of yourself first, you can't do the rest of the fun stuff, right? They do that in the plane. Put your own mask on before you assist others. So I wanted one more thing that I just wanted to cover is that you have to bring this back to the vitals. And again, I feel like same thing with Success Club. Everybody tunes these out. It is those things that are going to bring you and have those conversations. They're going to come out way more naturally when you're leading with the business piece of this, when you're leading with the vitals, when you're leading with the conversations and being the proof the product works, and you're doing all of these things. Don't be the icky salesperson. You don't have to do that. You can sell and you can hit Success Club without it. It does happen. But you have to lead with the vitals. One more perk too. Anybody here going to Punta Cana? Just you? Anybody else? No? Are you guys shooting for Mexico next year? Anybody want a free vacation? I mean, right? They're handing you a vacay, dude. Like, again, these are all the things you're like, why hit Success Club? Free vacation to Mexico. Sounds pretty good to me. I can, run with that. They're doing that for you hitting your own sales goals. That's what they're doing. They're literally rewarding you for hitting those base goals. That's all you have to do. Okay, I just kind of ramble and then I get off track. So I think that's pretty much what I have. Any thing that you guys want to ask as far as questions go?
I'm going to pop in real quick because I know you guys take a couple minutes to ask questions, or I have to start pulling them out of you. One of the biggest, so she said, like, your leader shows up. Why do you guys think I'm hitting Success Club 5? I'm the same way. If I don't have it by the 5th of the month, I'm like, I'm not getting it this month. I'm out. I'm the same exact way. And that's why every single month, guys, you see me showing up and hitting Success Club, because I'm not going to ask you guys to do it if I'm not doing that. It's a very hypocritical, and that, in my opinion, that is not the best leader to be. So that's why I'm showing up every single month. And I just went in and I added up my commission just from hitting Success Club last month. $850. What would an extra $850 do for you guys? And that's why I put that on the calendar this month. I said, help 5 people. It's an extra $350 in your paycheck this week. I don't know about you guys, but that can pay a couple bills, or go into a really good savings account, or go on help for a mini vacation. It can do a lot. And then lastly, and I'm going to open up for questions, Lauren touched base on it. Like, I hear all the time, well, I don't know anybody. Guys, I've been in this business for 4 years, and I have hit Success Club 36 months in a row, and that's not counting the other 9 months that I hit it before I fell off the face of the earth for a while. I ran out of people a long time ago. It's about being consistent, being on social media, running challenge groups, growing your network. Anytime somebody tells me, well, I don't know anybody, I'm like, nice try. There's always people out there that need your help. Think about how you found me if you're my PS coach. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Periscope, way back in the day when that was a thing, like old school. Yeah. So there's always people out there. You have to be consistent. You just have to just keep doing it. And no more mind framed up, it's the 31st, so I'm going to wait till February. That annoys the crap out of me. Just like Lauren said last night, like, she hustled. She hustled for those last 3 points. If it means something to you, if it's that important to you, you're going to do whatever you need to do to make it count. I have literally been up same hour, last hour of the night, getting those last 2 points for my husband or myself, because that's what matters to me. So I just want to throw in my couple tidbits. Does anybody have any questions for Lauren? You guys are like super quiet tonight. Ember's calling you out. She ain't even a coach on our team yet. She can't join us till April. And she's like, why isn't anybody talking tonight? Somebody asked a question. Even if you have a question. Thank you, Katrina. You're always my question girl.
Oh, yeah. So this is kind of random, but Karen, with that, I'm sorry. I wrote down Karen and not Lauren. Oh, my gosh.
Close enough. We can go with it.
Anyways, with that many customers, oh, my gosh. So do you personally remind your customers about their next Shakeology order, or no?
I do.
You do? Do you ask them when you want a reminder?
Yeah, I use Teamsy. If you guys have not looked into Teamsy yet, it's an amazing tracking app. It's $30 a month. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. You can start with a 30-day free trial. You can upload all of your contacts from your back office. You can upload all of your contacts from Facebook. They'll actually send you they show you how to send your friends list from Facebook and upload them. I uploaded everyone, and I think I had 1,900 people in my pipeline. So it's big. Like, I have a lot of customers. But yes, anytime somebody orders a challenge pack, they automatically go on my calendar for 3 weeks out, and I send them a reminder, and I say, hey girl, your Shakeology is about to reorder. Do you like the flavor? Are you ready to try something else? Do you want to hear about a discount? Every single one. If they go to cancel, I say, okay, let me cancel it for you. I actually go out of my way. A lot of what I do is customer service based. And I also think that's why I have really good, I have consistent customers and consistent coaches. And I think that's because I go out of my way to help them. The other thing is, I think people limit themselves on challenge packs. They think that those first 2 points are the end. People will buy multiple challenge packs from you guys too, just so you know. You can sell more than one. I think my turnaround with coach signups is probably I would say about 80% of them buy a second challenge pack when they sign up as a coach. Obviously, I don't get the second Success Club points unless I transfer them to my husband. Shh, don't tell anybody I told you that. You can kind of double up sometimes. But unless you transfer them to another business center, but I still get that commission off somebody else, right? But yes, I absolutely do remind them, every single person. I do have a ton of customers. I have a huge group. It's probably about 400 customers right now that's running all the time. And then I have little challenge groups that I run monthly. But sending out those reminders is a really good way to get coaches too. And just getting people involved and, just following up, doing your onboarding, making sure that you're doing a one-on-one call. I probably have at least 6 of them scheduled a week for new coaches, and just saying like, hey, let's get you started in the business, right? You can't, just because you're bigger, it doesn't mean that your life is easier. It just means that you're duplicating more and you're doing more. And then you get to hire help because you're making more money, right? And then you get an assistant, and then you get to just be like, oh, I'm fancy with
that. That was my next question about a little inside your life as a mom with 2 kids, because a lot of us are moms on this call. So how do you make it happen?
Well, I'm not pregnant again for a very specific reason, because I will not be adding any more children into my life because it's hectic enough. But my stepson is not here all the time, so that helps. First of all, my stepson is 8 years old and he doesn't live with us full time. My youngest son is involved in gymnastics, specifically so that I can go with my computer and work at the gymnastics gym while he's there. So he's enrolled selfishly so that I can work while he's there. He's also obviously in preschool, so when he's at school, I work. And my husband, I had a very, very open and honest conversation with him and said, I want to make this work. I'm taking us to Mexico. Do you want to come? Like, are you going to help? What are you going to do? And he's extremely supportive. The other thing too, that I really highly recommend, before my husband was super supportive with this, is if you do join a gym, it's a lot cheaper than daycare. I used to pay $170 a month for a gym membership. I would go and use my BBOD. I would work out. I would work, and my son was in daycare there. It was $175 a month as opposed to $175 a week for daycare regularly. So I think for me, I'm lucky that my family does. My mom and my brother are both graphic designers. My mom and my dad live close, so they babysit a lot. But a lot of my assistant work, my family does for me. And honestly, I work a lot. I work a lot, and I have to find that balance of being a mom and being a business person, because my phone never stops ringing. And so I have to learn how to put it down, right? I have to learn how to balance that. But I think the gym membership, if you're really struggling with time, is one of the best things that I found. If you have a Y or something close to you, is a really great option. Talk to your spouse, talk to your parents, try to get somebody to take your kids once a week. And then also enroll them in sports. If you can find sports where you can go and actually drop them off and they have Wi-Fi inside, again, trampoline places, gymnastics, yeah, great. They have Wi-Fi for me. So I go in with my headphones and I sit up in the little viewing room and I am on my computer.
Where'd Katrina go on my screen? Oh, she's right there. Okay, perfect. Lauren, can you answer that question about Teamsy? Because I don't use it, so I don't know the answer to that. It's in the chat.
I don't ever update them from Facebook, because what you can do is you can actually manually enter contacts in there. So I'm my Facebook page, my page is where I do 99% of my business. I have about 100,000 followers on Facebook. So I would say 90% of my business comes from my Facebook page. Okay. And so for me, no one gets on my friends list unless A, they are a coach that I know from a mutual team, or B, they are a friend that I forgot about from high school or whatever, or C, they come and because they've already signed up as a customer. And if they've already signed up as a customer, or they're a friend or family, I'm adding them into my Teamsy manually. I don't update them a lot, actually, because for whatever reason, I really like the tracking system, but the duplication piece of it is not perfected. And so you get 2 of the same person, when you update it again, and it's just a pain. So I just honestly just type their name, first and last name, put them as a prospect, coach, customer or whatever, and I track them that way. It's a lot easier. So yeah, if you guys haven't used Teamsy, it's amazing. Like I said, 30-day free trial, it's awesome. So I highly, highly recommend it. If you are a new coach, it's pretty good too. It gives you exactly how many connections to do a day, how many conversations to start, how many invites, all that good stuff based on your sales goals for the year and your income goals for the year. So
anybody have any other questions? You guys tend to be a little bit quieter on calls.
I do have a question.
Yeah. What's up, Jasmine?
Lauren, I want to ask about, so how do you go about someone not wanting to buy the challenge pack, someone ready to start with the program, but they can't do the challenge pack? How do you wait? Do you just...
No, I absolutely let them in my group 100% of the time. I am a big believer in everybody's invited. I think that, number one, it's going to make your, okay, here's how I set up my network. I'll just give you guys this kind of information. Like I said, I have a big challenge group. It runs 24/7. I clean it out once a year. So we just had a new switchover. And I do that specifically because people fall off the wagon. They want an easy way to get out of my group. Like they need that time. So after a year, I always say anybody that wants to switch can switch over. So we just started a new one. I have a big challenge group. It runs all year round. I add everybody, and I mean everybody, free customers, people that sign up with Beachbody On Demand, people that switch to me from other coaches, people who bought something on Amazon and decide to sign up with a free account, people that buy challenge packs, the all access pack, anything. Doesn't matter. They end up in this group. And then what I do is I run smaller groups throughout the year. So once a month I have a smaller group. It's either based on a specific program, if it's a new release or whatever, I use that. So if somebody purchases a program and they come to me and they're like, I really can't do this right now, I think that's really good sales technique actually, is you start at a challenge pack, you start at the all access, you move down to a regular challenge pack, you move down to the all access without Shakeology, you move down to a basic program, right? That's good sales technique. Start big, go small. And I'm more than happy to let anybody in my group, because because they don't buy a challenge pack now does not mean they won't later. And honestly, having them in a group with other people that are using Shakeology in the programs is just going to show them the value more. And then I make sure to set that follow-up and say to them, hey girl, I know you've been doing this. You've been having some really great success. Are you ready to add the performance line? Are you ready to add Shakeology? Are you ready to take that next step and really commit to your fitness?
Got it. Which leads to my next question. You said that one customer can purchase 2 challenge packs.
Oh girl, you can,
That's fine.
I have one girl, they can buy as many as they want. You don't get Success Club point. You only get Success Club.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, I have a girl, I always use her as my example. She's actually one of my coaches now. Her name's Sarah. She's bought 6 before she signed up as a coach. And I finally was like, Sarah, for real though, you need to sign up as a coach because you're spending way too much money on stuff. Like, just sign up. But she bought 6 challenge packs and you still get commission for all of that. So
got it, but not the Success Club point.
Correct. Unless you decide to like cheat the system a little bit. That's second. So what I used to do, don't tell anybody this, and I'm saying that on a recorded call, but I used to sign somebody through my first account, and then when they would sign as a coach with the second challenge pack, I would sign them under my husband, and then he would hit Success Club. So for a really long time, I was getting paid leads through both me and him, actually. So it was like an extra, $400 or $500 a month, which was nice. But yeah, you can sell as many as you want.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And I really encourage people to take advantage of that too, because the the challenge pack's a bigger discount than buying stuff separately with your 25% discount, right? And coaches can't take advantage of that. So when I sign a coach, I always make sure I let them know that, like, hey, this is going to be your last chance to get this super huge, awesome bundle with this sign up. Do you want to jump on it? And I was going to say 80% of the time, they usually are like, oh yeah, I want to do that. So anybody else? I promise I don't bite.
They're a quiet bunch sometimes.
I was going to say, my team's exactly the opposite. They just don't ever stop talking.
Well, that'll make me happy when I do a team call for you then, because I'll do team calls and I'm like, like nobody has a question. Nobody, okay.
They're just, I don't know where they got that from. I'm not sure. So.
Anybody else have anything else before we let Lauren go? Speak now or forever hold your peace. No. Well, Lauren, thank you so much for doing this call tonight. And guys, don't hop off. I'm going to still talk to you. But thank you so much for hopping on. Like you said, and like I think I said, I don't know, it's been a long day. Hearing this from other people is very important. It's easy for me to say hit Success Club. It's easy for your upline to say hit Success Club. But really, this is the heartbeat of your business. I know I say that about a lot of things, but essentially, I would not be successful if I wasn't hitting Success Club every single month. That's why it's called Success Club. And that's why all the coaches on the National Wake Up Call are hitting Success Club and everything like that. And that's why they're successful. And that's why they're elite. And that's why they're top 10, because they're hitting Success Club. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't think you're going to make millions of dollars the minute you start hitting Success Club. It takes consistency and lots of work, but it's there. You just got to make sure you guys are going after it. So Lauren, thank you so much for taking time out of your night and doing your team call. I know I appreciate it. I'm sure they got lots of nuggets out of it as well.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Guys, have a good night.
Bye. Guys, so look at the calendar that I did. I broke down Success Club for you guys. Has anybody not seen the calendar? Show of hands. All right, hold on. I'm going to do a screen share. I think some of you are not popping in the team page. I'm going to quit hitting record. If people aren't on this call, if you're not on this call, you don't get to hear the stuff anymore.